we got together and formed a company called LinkExchange. And this was during the first dot-com craziness. And we grew that to about 100 or so people, and then ended up selling the company to Microsoft 2.5 years later. But what a lot of people don't know is the real reason why we ended up selling the company. And the real reason is because it just wasn't a fun place to work at anymore. And the company culture just went completely downhill. I remember when it was just 5 or 10 of us, it was your typical .com. It was a lot of fun. We were working around the clock, sleeping under our desks, had no idea what day of the week it was, trying to remind ourselves to shower occasionally, but lots of fun. And as we were growing, we hired friends and friends of friends. And I remember there was a friend of mine that was on a cross-country trip from New York, and this was all out of our apartment here in San Mateo at the time. And he stopped by to help out, and then he actually never made his way back home. He ended up joining the company. And that worked really well until we got to about 20 people. We were having a lot of fun, and then we ran into a really big problem when we got to 20 people. And the problem was basically we ran out of friends. And so we're trying to figure out, okay, what do we do now? We didn't know how to hire people. And so we started just figuring it out on our own. And we ended up hiring actually all the people with the right skill sets and experience, but they weren't all necessarily great for the company culture. And by the time we got to 100 people, I myself dreaded getting out of bed in the morning to go to the office. And that's kind of a weird feeling because this was a company I co-founded, and I felt like, if I felt that way, how must all the other employees feel? So that's really what led us to sell the company to Microsoft. And after the sale, myself, Sanjay, and most of the early employees, we all left the company shortly thereafter.